Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to part 4 of all my Christmas decorations. And this is the Nutcrackers, the pyramids, and the figurines. And let's get into it. So I wanna start with this pyramid. It still works somehow. There it is. If this thing sits where it's supposed to sit. It's a bit broken. I even asked in a store how to remove this little part. They said maybe I could try to break it out. I could try to warm it up. I haven't tried so far. But I would like to piece that thing back together. So these two trees I haven't showed in the tree video. You can see there are glue marks at the bottom. I just have to glue them back on. They go on these two spots. I can try. Okay, and then you see a white mark and one that is a bit greenish, white and green. So the white spot is for the guardian angel. And her wings, I think, are made of a plasticky material. And this minor here. So the minor goes here. And this is where the angel goes. Whoop, like this. Well, that didn't work so far. Yeah, I want to glue them back on. But yeah, this is a pyramid that is pretty old. It's, I think, maybe 1990. I don't think there's a marking at the bottom. Nope, there's no marking at the bottom. I have no idea where my mom got it. I really have to ask her. So let's put this over here. So then last year I got this Nutcracker, which is not completely visible. He is a pretty well made one. Maybe he used to have a tag on the bottom. I have no idea. But this is real fur, and he actually can crack nuts. He's big enough. His mouth is big enough. Yep. So he looks like a very classic Nutcracker. And then I have this Nutcracker here. Also nothing at the bottom. The fur is not real, which often is a sign for not an original. So there's his face, but he is well made. But you can see this looks like it has been made of two pieces here. I have no idea where he's made of. Where he's made of? What? Where he's made in? Where he's from? This opening is a bit too small, and also this is really rough here. So he's not an original. He comes from somewhere else, but no idea where. No idea if they make something like this in China or if it's from a completely different country. So the next item I got, this is the lasered stuff last year. So this is a pyramid that doesn't work with candles. So you have the Church of Siphon, you have the carol singers and a tree. And this church is in Dresden. I don't know, the windows are a bit wonky. Look at this one. Not the most expensive piece here. There is no marking at the bottom. But it is pretty, after all. So you're supposed to put it on a spot where it's warm, like the old TVs, for example, because they got pretty warm. And then it starts to spin on its own. And another one of this kind, of this tiny one, which I showed in my birthday haul. This one with these little bunnies and the tiny trees. It's also supposed to spin on its own. And it doesn't have a marking at the bottom, and had a marking on the little bag it came in. So I got it from Seifen, but yeah. And now for the figurines. My cat is making noises in the background. I'm sorry for that. So I think it's better if I just show it like this. So you see two of these mushrooms here, and if you have seen my fall decoration video, yes, these are the same mushrooms, but I have divided them. I have divided them into fall and Christmas. So I can put the ones for fall in the fall box and the stuff for Christmas in the Christmas box. So what do we have here? Start with the cheaper ones. I have no idea where these come from, but I thrifted them last year. But this wing shape I've seen, but maybe she was without any colors and someone just colored her. I don't know. And then there is this brown center. You see a lot of glue marks. Oh my goodness, they are so visible on the camera. They look kind of greenish. That means it's probably the wrong kind of glue. Wow, I swear it's not very visible under normal light. Whoever worked on this did not do a good job. And then there's this one with his center sack missing, but he doesn't glow green. I have no idea where these come from. I have no idea what the maker is, who the maker is. I have no idea. And then there's this center with the missing beard, but with a tiny toy in his hand. A lot of glue visible, which is not a good sign. But I know for a fact that they, in Seifen exactly, oh dear. I know for a fact that in Seifen they also sell second quality pieces, because my mom has a little box with some figurines in them. Those are made by the apprentices, so they are not perfect yet. So you might see a bit of glue somewhere, or the paint is not exactly where it's supposed to be, not 100% perfect. So that stuff costs a little less. And yeah, I don't know if he's one of those or if he's made somewhere else. Then this piece here, she is very pretty. And I've seen these angels this year when I was there for my birthday, and there is dust on it. She has a marking. Kunert is the name. Here, the one in the middle. And there's a story about her. I got her at an internship in 2005. And I mean, I'm dealing with depressions like approximately 3/4 of my life now, and I'm 37 years old. And back then, when I did the apprenticeship with the internship, I really struggled a lot. And we did a lot of preparations for a Christmas party for the staff. I was invited, yeah, okay. But I dealt with so much. I had a pretty bad cold, and it was a lot of stress for me, and yeah, it was too much for me. So I told my boss, I'm sorry, I think I better go home and go to bed and do not show up for the Christmas party in the evening. So the next day she gave me this angel. and everyone got one of these. She had different ones, but she had an angel for everyone. And this is the wood. This is not some paint here or something. That's the wood you can see here. That just gives her some character. She's very, very pretty. I'm not a collector of angels or anything, but she's really, really pretty. And yeah, so I got her as my Christmas gift. Then I got this guy last year. Ugh, I'm so sorry. I got this guy last year thrifted. Let me see if I can read. Holzspielwaren. What does it say? Handwerks something. Volker Zenker. Okay, Volker Zenker is the maker of these. This one. So he has a tiny chip on his nose and his broom is broken. But apart from that, that little snowman is just adorable. I paid €5 for him because he had that marking on at the bottom. And he's really, really cute, and I might leave him out for my winter decorations too. So this little fella here is vintage by now, and you can see there is glue that also looks kind of greenish. He's definitely a made in China. I got him as a present from my grandparents on the father's side, so I know how old he is. He cannot crack nuts. And yeah, he's not too well made, but I still have him. He's supposed to be an ornament, but seriously, why would I hang something big and heavy like this? Yeah. But he's vintage by Etsy standards. Then I found this chubby guy here. He was probably glued to some surface last year, and this is not how it's supposed to be. Okay, it's supposed to go straight down. Probably also I made in China, but he's so chubby and cute, and this is my favorite color, so I keep this guy. And then this Nutcracker. This is the last one. He actually works. I know Miss Stonehome has, I think, 2 or 3 of these. And I'm so jealous because I only have one. So this one was for the East German market. You see the EVP, 2 marks and 95 pennies. And yeah, this is definitely real fur. I'm not sure what this is. Here his hair, but his beard is real fur. And sometimes it gets stuck a little because there is, of course, a bit of leather attached to the fur. And this piece of leather is what gets it stuck sometimes. See this? That's what happens. But he is really, really good condition. So he is definitely vintage, 80s or maybe older. And it still amazes me how these pieces still surface in North America. This is so odd. But I know West Germany, Japan, and North America, especially USA, they were the biggest customers of that stuff outside the GDR. And in the GDR, well, we got the leftovers, so to say. It was extremely hard to find anything. This little guy here, he's a miner. He does not hold candles. He is very likely an original because he's pretty well made. Also thrifted last year. I got so much last year. Oh my goodness. I cannot remember anymore where these came from, but oh no. I cannot remember where these came from, but I got them from my mom. They might be originals, they might not be originals. There is glue visible, so maybe they are not. Because usually even the small stuff has a better quality. Oh yeah, these are not originals. You can see this here. Definitely not originals. But I got them from my mom. And now for the tiny animals. So there is a lot of carved stuff, and these are the raw materials. They are together in like some sort of wheel. This is a very soft wood, and oh, kitty cat. He behaved so well so far. So the bottom part at the butt, not the bottom, the butt is usually a little bigger. So it's also a very soft wood. If you want to carve them, you soak them in hot water. And then you use a carving knife. And let's see, one without color. This is what happens then. You carve them out. So these deer here, the deers, they are definitely one of those. Some of those. Oh, kitty cat. So then they get carved out and painted at the end. And the deers are, or deer or deers? Is the plural also deer, or is it deers? I don't know. So the first ones I showed you there are vintage, these here. This is also vintage because they're from the 90s and my mom bought them for me. And silly teenage me, I glued this sheep to a surface, and now there's that stuff still attached to its little feet. And there's the cat again. So it doesn't stand right up on its own. And but you can see these two are new ones, and there's not much difference. They also get a tail attached. Yeah, they pretty much look the same, just that these are smaller. These are originals. And this is also from the 90s. From a holiday in the mid-90s. It's a dog. Excuse him. He's curious. He has to know what I'm doing here. And all the other animals here, all the other ones, these are definitely new from this year. Just like the two little sheep, like this little fox. I know I could use the fox possibly, and the squirrel in my fall decorations, and maybe also the other squirrel. This is not the what was it? The not tire ring, whatever you call them, Reifentiere. That's the actual word for it. And this is a different one. This is just made like other figurines. And he has a sticker. Drechslerei Volkmar Wagner. Also this one, no marking, but this little bunny here, I could use these actually in my fall decorations if I wanted. Did I show this bunny? Yeah, I showed them. And this little wild pig, he's so cute. And the other things left is this thing, which I'm going to fill this year with something. This just belongs to miners, you know. They work in the mines and, you know, somehow they had to get that stuff out of it. That's why you can find that kind of stuff over there in Siphon. And then I have these mushrooms, and I want to see if I can make a miniature something assemblage thingy. At home I saw that this mushroom is missing something, but it's okay. Not everything has to be 100% perfect. The cutest ones are pretty much still these old ones, 80s or even older. I have no idea why people want to get rid of that kind of stuff, because it's so adorable, and I love that kind of old stuff, these old figurines, and I hope that I will find more this year. Maybe I'm lucky again. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope my cat is going to behave the other videos that are still about to come. and I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next video. Bye. I think I forgot to show you the little cat. Definitely not vintage. This vintage, not Christmas. Of course it's not vintage, it's new from this year. But she's so cute. So I had to have her. Did I show this? I think I forgot. So also from my birthday haul, it's a pile of wood and skis. Also for some nice decorations in Christmas and the winter.